Damn, my man Peter over here just killing it with his builds. It's one after the next. Bam, bam. Got a McLaren. Bam. Lambo. Boom. Somebody brought an Supra. Oh! Does this machine take dollar bills? Okay, today's video's just a little bit different. We got a Lamborghini Murcielago over here. This is crazy. I don't know, how do I get myself into this stuff? What's up guys, Larry Chen here. Welcome to another episode of Hoonigan Autofocus. Recently, we featured a really awesome street Supra build. It was actually built by my buddy, Dan Burkett, but the owner unfortunately could not make it that day. The good thing is he has a lot of other cars that I'm gonna feature and I'm so excited to see them. We got Peter here, a very, very crazy car guy with a very interesting collection of cars. We rolled up, okay, I'm in my Supra and I'm like, all right, I can't find you. Where are you? I see a Lamborghini parked out here, but I'm here to shoot a Celica, which is over there, the old school Celica. But you have these crazy cars, which I'm really looking forward to featuring them later.
Yeah.
Today
cool.
We're here to talk about your Celica.
Yes.
But you're like a true car guy.
Yeah, I love them. I mean, I love car. Doesn't matter if it's American, Japanese, exotic, doesn't matter. If it has wheels, I'm interested.
And that's kind of the thing is, you could be in all sorts of hobbies. Obviously, you could be into whatever. I don't even know. Things that are crazy, things that are not, I guess, things that you can't share. Like, the nice thing for me is that you're willing to share your collection.
Of course, of course. I mean, it's a small community. You know, I spent my pride, my heart, my joy to build all this. Why not share it to the world? You know, what's the point of it just keeping in the garage hidden? I know a lot of guys like to be private collectors or whatever. I guess to a certain extent, I'll get to that point, but I'm still young and I want to enjoy and show everybody, you know, what I'm building, what I'm doing here.
Heck yeah. So thank you so much for showing us your collection. Let's start off with this unbelievable Celica. I just can't even.
I literally can't even. Me too, girl. No, like literally. Yeah. Like you don't even understand how much I can't even.
I saw it, the hood was off. I didn't even know what kind of motor was in it. I walked up to it and it kind of blew me away right away. Oh, okay, so here we go. Peter, what did you do to this Celica? This thing is crazy.
Yeah, that's an F22c from the Honda S2000.
Oh my goodness. I just don't even know where to begin because I've had a chance to feature a lot of these in many different forms. I think a bunch of them stock, a bunch of them with beams motor swaps.
I saw the one with the LS.
Yeah, the yellow one, the Edelbrock one, which was super cool, and they kind of had their own take on it. This is something I've never seen before, and I'm really excited to kind of dig into this. So what's the story behind this build?
2010, I sold my S14. I was, getting older, getting out of the scene, didn't want to do the drifting anymore. Sold the car, told myself, I'm done. One night, just cruising the forums, just like any other car guy, you'll sit there, you look on Craigslist, now it's Facebook Marketplace, but I was looking at the forums back in the days, and I came upon this car. It was green, Camaro green, and it had a basic S2000 motor style, so it was already done before I bought it, and I just fell in love with it. Growing up, my dad had 2 of these, so it brought back old times when I was riding in it when I was a kid. So I'm like, man, I had to have this. So I negotiated with the owner in Oklahoma, ended up buying it and bringing it here, and drove it around in Camaro green, stock form, for about a year, 2 years, and then started tearing into it, and man, rust everywhere. So we did a full rebuild, and this is what you guys get right here. This is the full rebuild. It took about 4 years to finish this. So this car was finished at about 2016, so it's been a couple years now, but from 2011 to 2016 was getting built to what you see here.
So this motor actually came with the car when you bought it?
The previous owner that sold me the car already had the swap done. From what I was told, there's a guy in San Jose, his name is Andy Vang, and he takes first-gen Celicas and he swaps S2000. He did a handful, I want to say less than 10. So less than 10 exists from his own hands, and I have one of them.
Okay, so what year did this start off as?
The car is 1977.
Okay, all right, 1977, but you guys did down to metal everything.
Everything. So lesson learned here, right? I bought this car because I was so excited, sight unseen. Some videos, this was 2010, so it was very grainy videos. The biggest issue was when we discovered going into it was rust. Lots and lots of rust. Like the 4 floorboards have giant size holes that I could put my foot through. I could have just ran like the Flintstones with them. It was pretty bad. So just a warning for you guys buying cars, especially from the East Coast, make sure you check for the rust.
Yeah, especially something that's coming on 50 years old.
Right, exactly.
Right? So let's just kind of go over this. So like this, where did you actually get these fenders?
Okay, so that's a good question. There are no manufacturers right now that are making any parts for the Celica. So everything had to be either one-off or ordered from Thailand somehow, and they still have it on back order from fiberglass. So most of the stuff here that you see are either one-off or fiberglass parts from Thailand. I'm not a fan of over fenders, like bolt-on over fenders. I only think it should belong on one car, the 240Z. So when I put this on the car and I saw the bolt-on, I didn't like it. So I told my paint guy to blend it in and mold it into the body.
Yeah, no, I really like the look of this. It's really rare to see these Celica builds with a smooth over fender.
Right, so it's flush and sits cleanly for me. I mean, it sort of looks, sort of factory how they did it, where it's clean lines.
And tell us about the paint. The paint is amazing.
The paint, with any guy building a car, one of the toughest things is painting your car, like choosing the color. You lose sleep over it. I'm sure you can relate to it. You lose sleep trying to decide what color it was. For me, my dream car, and it always will be my dream car, is the R34 GTR. And this is the Midnight Purple 3 off the R34. So we just gotta wait 4 more years for me to get the actual R34. But for now, this is the R34 Midnight Purple.
Oh, this is the actual paint.
That's the actual paint, yeah.
Wow, that's why when I turn and I look around it and I do kind of my walk around it, it turns into green, purple, blue a little bit,
right,
and all of these different colors.
Right, and that translates to the whole theme of the car. The car was actually built off of the seat. So in 2000, yeah. So in 2010, my friend, he stopped his build just like any other friend. He sold me his seats, and these are actually really rare Mazora seats. So since I got these seats, and I didn't have the car yet, I just had to figure out, what I was gonna do to theme it towards building the seat. So the Mazora seats are actually really rare. I don't know if the company is still around, but if you look at the backing right here, you can see it's still the same theme.
Whoa. So this actually came like this?
Yeah, that's a Mazora edition, so it's a very rare Brit seat.
Oh.
So then I themed the whole car based off of the seat.
But what did they...
It's their
What
paint.
did they make this for?
It's their paint. I have no idea. It's probably just one of their special edition seats that they do special color. I know Mazora used to be a big paint company from Japan. I don't know if they're still in business today.
That's so cool. And it's reclinable.
Yeah, and it's reclinable.
That's the crazy thing about it. Oh, wow. That is really, really nice. All right, we'll get back to the interior, but one of the things I wanted to talk about is the stance. This, like, you really can't fit even a dollar bill under this. Like, I cannot believe how perfect it sits. This, you want to talk about losing sleep, all right? This is what you lose sleep over.
Yeah.
Just getting the perfect fitment.
So this car was built in the middle of like the stance hype. This was like maybe early 2013, 14. That's like Hella Flush was big. You know, those guys were starting to come up big. Luckily, I have a really good friend. His name is Steve, and he owns 51 Customs. He came, I finished the body, he came, he measured the wheels. I don't even know what the offset is. And he built this and a one-off BBS RS for me. If you look at it, everything's custom. Each bolt is titanium. I think each bolt was like $4 or $5. So
you get a titanium bolt. You get a titanium bolt. It's like
3. You get a car. 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 You get a car.
oh my God.
So this is the second color. When it was first redone, it was actually black solar rain, so a black. And I just recently had it polished to have it pop more for the car.
I mean, because it sits so good that you could see it's rubbing a little bit, but it's not actually cutting into the rubber, which I just cannot believe anything can fit. Like, come on, guys.
He is
Look
the
at this,
Carville
guys.
fitment guru.
What the? If it's any closer, I'm basically inside of the car. I mean, like, I just can't. I can't stress how good this is. This is not credit card fitment.
No,
because
not
it's
credit card
thinner
fitment.
than a credit card.
Correct, yeah.
Oh,
Can't even get a
so
fingernail
cool.
in there.
Really, really, really good job. I love it. All right, so let's get around to the back. I like the plate. So.
Oh yeah.
Because the car is a RA24.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So this is a RA24. I don't know how I came upon that, but that's sort of my thing for my plate. My Supra was 2JZ RAR. I won a Supra RAR, but it was taken. So RA24, the car's a RA24. The McLaren is GT RAR, is a McLaren 570 GT, so.
Which, by the way, one of my favorite things about your Supra is the financial mistake.
Oh yeah, it's always,
Plate.
always.
I love that so much.
It's always financial mistake.
You're just.
So going back to the rear, A-spec exhaust, obviously it's a one-off exhaust. It had to be welded onto the custom piping. And then this was custom, they made a rear fiberglass. The Celica itself, the spare wheel sits right here. So when you're looking at it, you can see the spare wheel holder, but my paint guy made this whole piece to cover it so it looks a little better. I mean, you can still see the.
I can't believe that this
That's all.
kind of goes into the body, the rest of the body.
And he made it all custom because it's actually really ugly because the spare wheel holder sits right here. So you can actually see it right here.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's really ugly. So he made it and he covered it up.
Oh,
and
I see.
It matches. It looks pretty good.
Okay. It actually kind of reminds me of the 240Z has the same thing.
Right.
Spare, but like stock, it has something like
that's
this.
That's what the inspiration came from. Was the 240Z.
Wow, very cool. Okay. I absolutely love it. The purple, the color is unlike anything I've seen. It's just so good. I mean, I see why you painted the whole car that. It's so cool.
It was a very tedious task to just strip the whole car.
All
and
right,
paint it.
so now we're onto the engine bay.
Okay.
All right, so every nut and bolt, I think you mentioned these
It's
are titanium, right?
Yeah, so another good friend of mine, Rick, he owns a West Coast Fastener here. He came and he spec'd my whole car, and he changed pretty much 98% of the car's bolts to titanium. So every nuts and bolts on this car is probably titanium.
It's really clean. I love all the matching everything, like just like the littlest things that you kind of change, and even to the point where the brake booster is.
Yeah, even the engine mount is neochromed.
Oh.
So the motor itself is pretty basic. I mean, you have headers, Jay's Racing headers, you have an exhaust, and then of course you have intake. When this instance is, Gen V ITBs. So, the big three, usually most car guys do the big three. So that's what I did, try to keep it simple, but as more for aesthetics, I neochromed as much as I could and painted as much as I could to make it visually pleasing.
So it should be, what, around 250
Yeah,
horsepower or so?
I would safely say about 250, 240, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's check out the interior.
Okay.
Oh, Peter, you just, this is the cool thing about this car. If you had this car, a 1977, and you had the stock motor, is the stock motor 2-liter?
Yeah, 2-liter, 18 RDP.
Yeah, so you pretty much just updated it
Yeah.
in a way. Of course, you got it with that swap already.
Right.
But you've cleaned it up.
Everything.
100%.
Yeah.
Nut and bolt, headliner, everything. Is this Alcantara?
Yeah, Alcantara, everything.
Alcantara, all of the things. The rear seats are Alcantara too?
Yep.
All of this is probably a lot of new old stock parts too, huh?
Right, correct.
Was it really hard to find a lot of old Toyota parts?
That's probably the more challenging thing, because this is one of the, I mean, compared to like, let's say the Datsun and even the A86, one of the lower popular models. I mean, the Celica is getting up there, but it's still not going to be at the level of the 240Z or the 510 or even the A86 will be. So a lot of the parts were harder to find. There are guys out there that make them, but it's just very few far in between.
I love the theme. It kind of continues into here with the purple carbon fiber, but also this is it right here. I just can't believe how clean this install is. The S2000 gauges. While I do have to admit, I'm not a big fan of digital gauges. If it's done correctly and it's actually put back into the original form factor, this actually kind of reminds me of the Supra in a way.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, definitely does.
It does look pretty cool. So can you not turn it on, but
Yeah,
I just want to see. Oh, it works as it should.
Yep. Besides the water temp, but yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. It's a S2000 basically.
Basically.
Wow.
S2000 drivetrain, S2000 cluster. I mean, I have had S2000, it's close. I mean, the car is, still 1977, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, but you really did update it. So tell me, it's also on air ride, obviously, because you can't drive with it this low.
Yeah, we definitely had to put on air ride suspension. I'm a big fan of putting air ride suspension on sports compact cars. I know that was very frowned upon at the beginning, and it was just mainly for VIP cars, but I know now that it's more accepting for a lot of people putting on sports compact cars. But the car is on universal air suspension, strut in the back, coils in the front, and the remote is controlled by AccuAir.
Oh, okay. Of course, the S2000 start button's right there.
Yeah.
Very cool. So where's the actual tank? Is it in
the back.
trunk? Can we take a look at it?
Yeah. The trunk is actually done too, so it's actually really
course.
nice looking.
Of course, Peter. Of course.
This car is done A to Z.
Yeah. I love that. Okay.
So,
All right, so you got the battery there.
Battery and the two tanks right there.
Okay. And of course, I can't believe you have a sound system in this
Yeah,
thing too.
have to.
You gotta have your tunes. Oh man, this thing is really cool. I love it so much. Can we go for a ride in this
Of course,
thing?
you want to drive it? Go ahead.
What?
You drove
Okay, all right.
If you can handle my Supra, you can definitely handle this car.
Yeah, which, by the way, thank you again for letting me drive, but you ruined me for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ruined now.
Yeah.
That is the best Mark IV Street Supra, I feel
Awesome,
like.
I appreciate
in
it.
terms of just balance, right? You could build 1,000 horsepower one easy, but I was just driving that slow from stop sign to red light, and
Right.
everything works on it.
That was my main goal for Dan, and Dan's awesome. If you guys ever meet him, Red Industries, awesome guy, awesome builder. My main thing for him was to build it to be street comfortable. Me being a little older, not a young 18-year-old anymore, I want to have a comfortable car that I can drive and not just get tossed and bounce everywhere. So, I mean, the Supra was built, perfectly for street, and it's really, really balanced.
And also, it has air conditioning.
Yes.
It has air conditioning, it has sound system, the windows work, nothing rattles, it's like so tight.
That was my main thing with Dan, right? So I brought him the car. He's like, okay, Peter, what's the power goal? I'm like 700, 600, which he accomplished. And I'm like, the main thing is I need air conditioning. I need to make sure it has air conditioning. So I know that when he drove it out there to meet you, he was running the air conditioning. And that day in Corona was like 100, like almost 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So he had the AC in it. This is awesome. Now he needs AC in his car, in his drift car.
Awesome. And now you're updating the interior, which
Yes.
it's going to be kind of cool to see. So next time I come here to shoot your supercars,
I'll bring it. I'll bring it.
I'll check that out.
I'll bring
again.
it, and maybe after you will be a little bit further progressed, and you can film that.
Okay, all right. It's too many cars. Just stop building cars now. Just stop. We can't shoot them fast enough. All right. Look at that Toyota badge and everything. It's a Toyota Honda. Oh wow, the door panels are really good. All right, so now I'm in the
A24.
A24.
Or A24.
This thing is pretty cool. Okay, so key, it's the old school key.
Yep.
All right. Is there a way to, okay. All right.
You don't have to step on the pedal.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
turn it and then press the.
Oh, and then you press this.
Yep.
Oh, ha, 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 ha. She purrs. It sounds like a tuned up S2000 because it is.
It is a tuned up S2000, yeah.
So it's a stock ECU then?
No, AEM Infinity.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, the ITB would run really bad with stock ECU.
Got it. All right.
All right.
Air it up. Oh, okay. You're airing up. Ah. Can I rev it?
Yeah,
a little bit?
of course.
Dude, this thing is so cool. This is it. Does that sound good?
This thing sounds so good.
Oh my god.
ITBs sucking up all that air.
Oh, whoa. So is this a S2000 transmission?
Yeah, 6 gears.
Okay. It feels like it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh man. Oh, this thing is crazy.
Yeah.
My brain is tricking me because it sounds like I'm driving a S2000.
That's exactly what it is. But you're a 1977 Toyota Celica.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I mean, it sounds exactly like an S2000.
Wow, the shifting, it's so short.
Yeah,
just
very-
like S2000.
Exactly, it's very
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. Everything works, like the blinker works and everything.
Everything works besides the water temp for some reason.
That's so funny. Oh my god. The ITB sound is crazy.
Good, right? It sounds really good. That's the whole point of having ITB.
Oh my god.
It doesn't add much horsepower, it's just for the sound.
What the heck? Oh my god. Oh, and the brakes are really good too.
It's not about miles per gallon, it's about smiles per gallon.
Really? This has all
we're
of the
doing
smiles.
smiling.
Yeah. Wow. So what kind of brakes do you have on this?
Willwood front and rear. The whole suspension is off of 86.
Oh, okay.
More modern. Even the rear end is a TRD LSD off the 86.
Ah. How's that?
It sounds good, right?
I can't believe that it sounds that good.
Yeah.
Like it's all you hear. This is gonna sound stupid, guys, but all you hear is sucking air. it's just like it's just like sucking in the air, you know?
I mean, I think most guys who do ITBs on their motor, it's not for the power, it's for the sound.
Whoa, so that when VTEC kicks in, it's also very defined.
Yes, yes, you can feel it.
It's very defined. Okay. Oh my god. Look what you did.
Look, you can go full out here.
Oh my god. That sounds so good. Amazing. It really is smiles per mile because in your Supra, you can only floor it for so long before you break the speed limit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And man, that thing, even though it has really big meats on the back of it, it's still struggling for traction in third gear.
Yeah, and it was dusty too, but yeah, for sure.
Exactly. But this, it's like you could floor it all the time.
Right.
And you're still not going that fast.
Right.
I mean, it's an old car, but with a modern power plant. Like, this is done right.
It just feels good.
Man, really good job.
How does it compare to S2000?
You know, it's interesting that it sounds like a S2000, but everything else just screams driving an old car.
Right.
You know, like in terms of the steering, in terms of just the feeling I get from driving it. The only thing is the sound and the shifting. I could tell that this is a S2000 transmission.
Right.
You know, other than that, It's pretty cool. So how often do you actually drive this?
I would say not often. It sits in my warehouse. I drive it probably once a month to go get some coffee. For me, it's pretty tough. I would love to drive this more, but I'm so busy working and I'm rotating through 10 cars that, you know, I don't want to make it sound so cliche, but you can make it right. Make it sound so cliche, but you know, I struggle to drive this car essentially.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do have, you know, kudos to you. You have so many cars to choose from and really high-end cars. For you to keep building these cars that make you happy,
Right.
and that are honestly more obtainable from just normal car guys, that's cool. I think that's really cool.
I appreciate that.
I just like flooring it at low RPM.
So you hear the suction
You
of
could
the,
just hear it.
of the ITB.
It just sounds so good. And honestly, the suspension doesn't ride too harshly.
Yeah, even for air suspension,
Yeah,
it's
for
not
air
bad.
suspension,
You can make it
it's
right
not
here.
bad. If you pull up to a meet in this thing, everyone's probably like, oh my God.
For sure, you have guys looking right now.
It's just that VTEC, that switch over at 5,000.
It kicks in. Yeah.
I keep wanting to do it. Man, yeah, it does feel like a good 240, 250 horsepower.
Which is plenty for this car, because I know owners, there's some owners that have this car, they put a 2J in there, way too much power.
So I feel like this chassis, it's probably similar weight-wise to the S2000, right?
Yes, very similar.
I mean, and it has a solid rear axle, so it definitely is completely different in terms of just like handling dynamics and everything else, and the feel. It's all old school feel.
Yeah, definitely feels and drives like an old car, but with the power.
I can't get over it. I just can't. It's too good. All right. Well, that was interesting. It's as you said, smiles per mile.
It is definitely.
It's
smaller
not
power.
about having 1,000 horsepower.
Not all the time.
Yeah,
You can, but it'll be way too excessive in this car in particular. But you build the right balance, and you'll have plenty of fun. The power don't matter.
That's the cool thing is, if you want your speed fix, you could drive your McLaren right there. Hi, Tyler. You could drive your
Right.
McLaren with some nice T37s. But if you want to just kind of have that visceral feeling
Right.
Of driving an old school car, you drive this thing.
And that's why I like to keep a wide range of cars. You know, you can have the McLaren, you can have the Murcielago, but my true heart belongs to JDM, the classic cars, the Supras, the Celicas, the NSXs. So my heart belongs there.
Awesome. Well, you keep building them, we'll keep featuring.
Definitely.
I think that's a wrap.